Okay, so I had another thing to share. So I just made that video, and it's, whenever I make a video, I exhaust my resources. So I went outside, I was smoking a cigarette, and I felt like so much power run through my body because as soon as I smoked, the wind rushed in, and it's like, my mom was like, don't shiver your muscles yet, like, do it gently. And I was like, okay. So she's like, shiver from the heart, exhaust your resources from the heart. So the wind came over me, and it shivered my heart. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like you try not to move anything else but like your heart. So it's like I feel this vibration happen in my heart, and then as soon as I do that, I smile, or like, that sexual smile where you're so happy and your whole face like feels so good, like an orgasm or something. And then like the trees immediately like responded, and they shivered, and then a wind came over me, and then I shivered some more, and then they shivered some more. And it was like the sexual communication with ourselves. And when I finished my cigarette, I felt like like exhausted, like that moment, that glow after an orgasm. It's like I'm literally having some sort of like sexual communication with all of my past lives. And I always picture like extraterrestrials as being like that highest peak, like that that highest vibration. It's like I come closer and closer to that kind of contact. And maybe that's the reason why people are like talking about alien contact and alien contact. In that moment I realized that maybe that's the ticket. It's like trusting your cellmates, trusting that sexual revolution, that sexual innate behavior that is in everyone and everything. And maybe that's why people associate like sexual encounters with these beings. And it's like having a new perspective and realizing that it's not all bad. It just seems like that in the beginning, maybe. And maybe that's the reason why the Bible and like people are like, no, it's a sin to do this and that. And it's like it's sexual in nature. It's not sin. It's it's a different perspective. Is that it's totally natural to want to be curious about sex and enjoy your bodies and work on your bodies and enjoy other people's bodies. Like, of course, And it like literally by exhausting my resources, it makes me so gentle in nature, and it makes me more sexual, and I don't even try to be. Even my voice, my vocal cords, they change because I feel so exhausted. It's like you can't help but look sexual. It's really interesting. Yeah, and it's like I can enjoy my own spit by just chewing my tongue, and I can enjoy everything that my own resources give me. Is like my own cellmates, our own cellmates are like giving us exactly what we need to exhaust our resources to come back to that basic need, that basic sexual need, by trusting that system. Yeah, and immediately when I pictured that wind moving through me and exhausting my heart chakra, I realized the rings of a tree, and it's like there's that core center, just like a carrot, and then there's rings around it. In that moment, I realized that it's like I'm that core, I'm that centerpiece, I am that chakra, that kundalini rising or whatever it is, right? And it's like the rings of the trees; those are like your past lives, and it's like it just emanates, and that's an aura. That's the aura of the centerpiece of the earth. And maybe that's the reason why I always pictured this here, and it was like this disc, this disc that you see when you cut a tree in half. It's like the rings of time, right? It's the rings of time, and it's your past lives. And by realizing that moment of these great structures of trees that I adore so much, that I have them literally all over my body. And this is expression, and I got it because it's all about expressing your positively charged particle, which is like sex and excitement and everything that you can possibly imagine. Yeah, so that's, I even have a tree here too. It's an inverted tree. There's a lot of reflection here. Yeah, it's an inverted tree. It's like as within is without. And it's like, trusting your insides, like trusting your intercellular communication, and then trusting the trees, which is what, all of your akashic records, all of your own cellmates are inside of you and also on the outside of you. And I chose red because it's, that's your root chakra, that's your baseline, right? That's why I like cheetahs so much, because I got that quickness, I got that, you know what I mean? Like I feel like that powerful quickness, and sexual, the way that they walk, they move their shoulders in a certain way, and that's why I chose red, and I chose it here because it's like these are like the jugular veins, you know what I mean? Like that's where the animals, they go for that. That's a life force energy. That's why I got the cheetah woman, cheetah male woman person. Because it's like me, and even the hair matches, and I didn't even mean for it to match. And it's so funny coming back to like that spirit animal, that sexual spirit animal, because they don't even think about it, they just do it, you know what I mean? Well, we don't even need to think about it or mess up, mix in too much emotion, because it's totally natural. That's probably why I'm so interested in like, polygamy and stuff, is because, your heart is always centered. So yeah, it's like that cellular communication, that we can enjoy everyone and everything and not have to place any labels on it and get caught up in too much emotion. Okay, so that's all I had to share for now. I just thought that was really interesting. So yeah, thank you for watching.